Welcome back to the best years. Tucked away in Ocean County's Pine Barrens is Albert Music Hall, one of the area's most important cultural and historical venues, and a great place to party on a Saturday night.
Nearly 50 years ago, brothers Joe and George Albert opened their primitive hunting cabin every Saturday night to a group of family and friends who jammed to bluegrass and the sounds of the pines. Today there are literally hundreds who pack the new Albert Music Hall. But a Saturday night still means friends gathering to enjoy the music and each other's company.
Well, at 6:30 every single Saturday night, 6:30 p.m., we open the doors. And if you look out the door just a few minutes before there, then you will see people lined up straight down the ramp waiting to get in.
Albert Music Hall, located just off Wells Mills Road in Waretown, is a tribute to regional culture, a case study in the best of volunteerism, and of course, a great place to have a good time.
The roots of the organization come from the Albert's Cabin back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, when the Alberts came down to do fox hunting and such. And it so happens that the Alberts, George Albert and Joe, were both musicians. George played the fiddle, Joe Albert played the washtub bass. And when the day was over and they wanted to relax a little bit, they would pull out the fiddle and the washtub and they'd play some music. After a while, a few of their friends learned about this and they too came over to listen and also to play. To make a long story short, it grew and grew over the years.
When it comes to the Albert Music Hall, nothing seems to stop the music. After the crowds got too big, Joe Albert moved the music out of the hunting cabin, also known as the home place. He began renting space at the old Waretown Auction Hall on Route 9, where the Saturday night jams continued for 18 years.
Some are professional musicians who are retired and just come here to play and have fun. Others are musicians but have daytime jobs, and this again is just a hobby. And some musicians here learned out in the picking shed. They just sit out there and they watch the other musicians and they learn, and eventually some of those people have actually formed bands and play in our stage. So we have a very wide range of ages and types of people who are musicians at Albert Music Hall.
In 1974, the Pinelands Cultural Society was formed. Then in June 1992, a fire destroyed the building. And for the next month, die-hard Albert Music Hall fans set up a rug and some chairs outside, then continued to play and keep the music alive. The Ocean Township Board of Education offered the use of a school gym, and later even donated land for the group's use. A new hall was built.
The Pinelands Cultural Society is preserving the history of the area, the culture of the people who lived in the Pinelands, where this music started, where these traditional gatherings started. And one key thing to do this is that the Pinelands Cultural Society is 100% volunteer. The managers, the staff, the musicians, no one receives any money whatsoever.
Admission and other monies collected through the Albert Music Hall are used only for building maintenance and community goodwill. As a thank you to the local school system for its generous donation, each year the Pinelands Cultural Society presents 8 $1,000 scholarships to high school graduates who attended the Waretown schools.
The people love the music. It's again, it's a very friendly atmosphere, and the music is, I might say, informal. It's in a pleasant environment, and they react wholeheartedly to the music. One musician, in fact, wrote a song called Audience of Gold because the people here are looking at the musicians. They care about the music, and it's a very pleasant experience for both the audience and the musicians.
Doors at Albert Music Hall open at 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays, and the show starts at 7:30. Admission is just $5 for adults and $1 for kids 11 and under. For directions or an event schedule, visit alberthall.org or call 609-971-1593. From Albert Music Hall in Waretown, I'm Damalagia.
Thanks for joining us. For everyone here on The Best Years, remember to make this year your best year. I'm Sandy Levine.
Is there something you'd like to see on The Best Years? We want to hear from you. Email us at thebestyears@ocean.edu or call the Best Years hotline at 732-255-0445. Be sure to include your name, address, and daytime phone number. Visit us on the web at ocean.edu/best.htm.